Hello there, Pisces. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of August 24th through the 30th. On Monday, what you guys have coming up is you have the Strength card. And the Strength card is a really awesome card. Actually, Aquarius got this too, and they got it on Friday. But the Strength card is talking about really being in this place where you're able to accept your flaws and to know that I'm still okay even if I have some flaws. And also you're in this place where you're accepting that you have some good things too, because our society kind of programs us not to acknowledge the goodness about ourselves. But we really do all have so much fantastic stuff about ourselves. And so on Monday, Pisces, I feel like you're really finding a good solid appreciation for yourself and who you are, and even acknowledging the flaws and knowing that, you know what, that's okay too. I'm not going to die just because I have these flaws. I can work on them. I can make them better. But they're not totally terrible either. It's okay to have them. So it's a really good card to have come up on Monday. It's just fabulous to be in this place where you can accept yourself. On Tuesday, Pisces, what you show is you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. You are a water sign, and what I'm actually feeling off of this is actually talking about you, not so much anyone you're interacting with on Tuesday. And I feel like on Tuesday, there's somebody in your life that you were just absolutely pouring out your emotions to. Now, usually, Pisces, you're able to be very comfortable with your emotions. You're able to allow yourself to feel them. You're able to express them in a healthy and good way, and then you're able to release them when it comes time to release them. But on Tuesday, I feel like you're overwhelmed by the emotions, and they kind of take the driver's seat. And as they take the driver's seat, you're just pouring out all these emotions on somebody around you. Now, this is going to manifest in different ways for different ones of you. For some of you, these are going to be positive emotions that are just welling up out of you. I feel like it may be overwhelming the person that you're talking to, especially if they're an air sign. But very positive emotions coming out for a lot of you. And then for some of you, these are negative emotions coming out. These are disappointments and frustrations that are coming out and coming onto the table. And I feel like you've really, Pisces, because you are a water sign, you're very empathic. And so you're always trying to please other people around you. You don't even think about it, but you're very aware of how people around you feel, and you're always trying to please them. And so you're very conscious of what you say and how you say it, and what you do and how you do it. And it feels to me like for some of you, there's just somebody in your life that you've been really working on trying to please, and a lot of that has taken you sort of holding back on some of the things that you really would like to have said, and not sharing so much of your feelings maybe when they weren't quite as positive as you would have liked them to have been. And so this is kind of what happens, is that all that stuff kind of comes in and sort of becomes like in a pressure cooker within us, and it's like the pressure cooker is kind of exploding on Tuesday. All this stuff is coming out onto the table, and I don't feel like it's coming out in any kind of healthy way for those of you who are expressing the negative stuff. So the beautiful thing about getting a reading like this earlier, prior to this stuff happening, is that if you feel that energy coming in, like if you feel that pressure cooker getting ready to just go like a time bomb, then you have the option of stepping away from the situation, getting yourself away from anybody that might end up catching the explosion. And you also have the option of shifting your energy down into a lower gear so that maybe you can prevent the explosion or keep it more low key. Now, the other thing that you need to know too, besides that free will can change anything that I'm seeing here, is that what I'm doing is just a general reading. So everything that I see here is not going to apply to every single Pisces. So you may not have this energy showing up on Tuesday, and if you aren't, that's great. But if you do feel it coming in, try to take some action to sort of minimize letting this get a little out of control, because you don't really want to do that. All right, so let's move on to Wednesday. Pisces, you have the Four of Coins showing up on Wednesday, and this just tells me that you're stashing some money away, or you're putting some money back in savings. And when we do that, there can be different reasons for that. We can put some money away in savings just because it makes us feel good to have like an emergency cushion, or to save for opportunities that may come up. We can also be putting money away and stashing it for something that we want to do for our children later. We can be stashing away money to buy a new car, to buy a new home. So lots of different reasons that this could be happening. You may actually know what you're stashing your money away for, or you maybe are just stashing it for a rainy day, and we'll see what it gets used for. But I do feel like the bottom line is Wednesday, Pisces, a lot of you are going to be putting some money back in savings or stashing some money away. Now, Thursday, we have the moon coming up. And I'm getting a little different read off of this card than what I normally do. So what I'm getting for you guys, Pisces, on Thursday the 27th, is that some of your secrets are coming out. And I feel like for some of you, they're not coming out because you want them to come out, but they are coming out. And for others of you, those secrets are coming out because you've decided it's time to share them. But I don't think that you're sharing the whole big picture. I think just a few little details. You're kind of testing the water to see how somebody is going to handle these things that are coming out. For those of you who are giving this information voluntarily. But there's definitely something coming up about the things that you normally keep deep inside and don't share with anybody coming out. For some of you, this is going to be about some things that happened to you many years ago that were very traumatic, that you haven't shared with anybody in your whole life. And once again, I'm not sure that most of you are going to be sharing all the details. You're just going to be sharing like just enough to give somebody kind of an inkling about what happened to you. And of course, that type of specific prediction is not going to apply to everybody. The more general prediction is that some of your secrets are going to be coming out on Thursday. Some of them will be coming out at your will, and some of them will be coming out not so much at your will. So that's the general one that I see applying to just about all the Pisces. But the more specific one about being something traumatic that happened when you were younger and you sharing that information, that's more specific. So that's not going to apply to everybody. But I feel like there's a good handful of people that that's going to apply to. And you're going to be really trusting this person that you share that information to. Okay, so let's move on to Friday. Friday we have the Three of Clubs in reverse. And this is telling me that you had a situation that you had started and sort of set out there for the world to see what the world's reaction to this situation would be, or at least certain particular part of the world, what their reaction would be to this. So maybe the people at the office, you know, maybe you've got it out there on the internet, hard telling where, but you've set this out there and you're kind of waiting to see what kind of reaction comes back from that. I feel like on Friday you do start getting feedback on that. You start getting some reaction. You start getting some useful information coming back on that about ways that you can fine-tune this thing or tweak this thing to make it more productive and more palatable to the people who are encountering it. So getting some useful feedback coming in on that thing on Friday. Now Saturday, you Pisces have the Six of Clubs coming up, and the Six of Clubs talks about that there's a project that you have been working on, and this project is one that whenever it's finished will not only benefit yourself, but it will also benefit other people within your sphere of influence. So what's going on Saturday is that that project has been completed, and you're starting to hear from some of these other people that the project benefits, and they're starting to let you know about the appreciation that they have for your part of your contribution to this project. Okay, so that's a really nice card on Saturday. Now on Sunday, we have the Justice card coming up in reverse. And what this is telling me is that you're trying to decide what's fair in a certain situation on Sunday. So there's a situation that you're just really trying to evaluate You're looking at, there's an incident that happened, and you're really looking at the people who originated this incident. You're trying to sort out what were those people's motives. Did things go the way that they planned for them to go, or did they actually come off track somewhere? And, was it a case of them just not knowing how to get things back on track? Or was it that their motives weren't what they're actually saying their motives were in the first place? And so you're kind of trying to sort through all of this murky water on Sunday, looking for, what is really the reality of the situation? What were these people's intentions? And were they good intentions that just something went bad, and so these people need to be a little bit educated on how to handle situations as they come up of this particular type? Or were their intentions bad to start with and they're just trying to make it look like it just innocently went awry? Okay, so that's what I see you dealing with on Sunday, Pisces. Thank you, all of you, for stopping by and for sharing your time with me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. All of you who have had readings with me already, and for those of you who will in the future, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of your support. Everyone have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you back here next week. Peace out.